Well, my friends, it's your old friend, Shadar Vikanis here, to tell you what happened previously on the Violet Madness. The morning after Aelfric's revelations dragged on longer than I would have liked. Tirion insisted we speak at length about my attempts with Mina. According to him, I had managed to fail successfully. In truth, all I'd done was arrange to share a dinner with her, not a date, more of an appointment, really. Tirion, of course, found that distinction endlessly amusing. While I enjoyed his counsel, Mina was speaking with Aelfric about weightier matters. How our party risks losing sight of the greater goal, finding a cure for the Violet Madness. They agreed that too many secrets could unravel us faster than any curse. Perhaps they're right. By day's end, we reached Berinthas, a cheerful little village in the shadow of the Crinnel Mountains. Odd, really, how a place rumored to be haunted by a death knight could seem so lively. Tirion and Daemon sought answers for the Temple of Torm, and found its high priestess, Synthesia. She warned them of the darkness beneath the temple, a hunger that had already claimed the lives of paladins before him. Tirion, as ever, was undaunted, but then it happened. A vision seized him, chilling in its simplicity. A voice whispering through the darkness. Welcome home.
Daemon, you were sitting at a pew after donating to the AMS box, and I suppose I presume silently just saying a few prayers to yourself. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, collecting my thoughts, processing all that's happened. Um, I will say there is a bit of a prayer there. Um, the prayer basically being along the lines of him asking for guidance because he knows of the things that's been happening to him. He knows of the things that he must do now that he's been told about. Um, he's basically in a way kind of just asking to be looked out for as much as he deserves in that sense.
Okay. As you kind of reverently just kind of sit there, perhaps even kneel in the pews, whichever you so choose. You kind of hold a quiet prayer to yourself, and you ask that of Torm, and you almost kind of immerse yourself in the prayer so much so that you barely hear again the creaking open of the door to the temple behind you, but you certainly hear it close shut. And although people have been kind of coming and going, um, you hear the kind of footsteps echoing up the aisle, and before you kind of glance to the side, uh, you start to see someone kind of scooting into the pew uh, that you're sitting on, even though there's a litany of empty pews throughout this temple. But what is perhaps maybe a strange or even refreshing sight to see is that you see a fellow tiefling scoot into the pew beside you. A young female white tiefling, ivory white skin, long black hair with two horns jutting out just above the brow, and she's kind of dressed in dressed in kind of commoner's clothing, kind of beigey kind of waistcoat and kind of sackcloth pants, that kind of thing. And she kind of sits beside you, beaming smile on her face, as if like she's very, very excited to see you, and in a hushed voice, so as to not disturb the other temple goers, Daemon. She says, "How wonderful to see you today. Uh, you're like me."
Okay, my first question to you, DM, is this might sound like a stupid one, but for those in the know would know. Does it smell like my sister? Because we have a
Um,
particular scent
go,
because of our
go ahead,
origin.
go ahead and make a perception check with advantage. The DC will be 15 because you would never forget that smell.
Yeah.
But I'm making you roll for it because there's like incense going on in this
Yeah.
temple and stuff, and
17.
yeah, she kind of scooches up kind of close enough that without her kind of noticing, you're able to kind of get a whiff, and she kind of doesn't smell like your sister at all. This is more of a kind of, I don't know, maybe like a sweet smell.
Hmm. Interesting.
And again,
Ah,
she kind of either sits or whatever she's doing, she kind of mimics whatever pose your praying stance you're taking, and she just kind of, although her hands are clasps, um, she is kind of still staring at you.
so she doesn't know what she's doing, but she's like noticed me
No,
come
no,
in and kind
no.
of thing.
It's not as if she's never been to a temple before, but it's almost like she's mirroring your actions, in
Right.
a way that's like, oh, I'm here to pray, but maybe the vibe you're getting is I'm here to talk to you.
Gotcha. Hello. Oh, yes, I gather we are quite similar.
Yes,
Although
I was
you're
so
so
excited when I saw you come into town. I'm pretty much the only tiefling here. Um, we don't see many come through our lovely little town, so I just thought I'd come and say hello.
honestly, in all of my travels, I haven't particularly seen too many of us like. So yes, this is very interesting. Where do you hail from?
I don't know. I was left here as a baby. I I was actually raised by the apothecary in town actually. Uh, the Miss Brightroot. She's the little uh, halfling lady. She's quite nice. She apparently found me, um, and has raised me ever since for the last 16 years.
Oh, well, that was rather nice of her, wasn't it? I'd love to meet her sometime. Maybe you could introduce me.
Absolutely, I can. Anything I can do to help a fellow one of my kind. I'm sorry. She kind of just wipes her brow. A little bit nervous. Took me a bit of courage to come up and talk to you. Actually, as I say, we haven't seen many of your kind, or our kind, walk through town, and uh, I've been rather nervous to bring up conversation about potential origins and things of that nature. But I felt like I could. I felt a good bout of confidence in me. I could talk to you about it. I hope
Well,
you don't mind. I hope this isn't inappropriate.
absolutely not, my dear. Of course not. First, let me say hello. My name is Damon. What is yours?
Ven is my name. Miss
V-
Penelope, my adoptive mother. She says it's a rare herb that's found in the mountains. Uh, because I was a rare find, I guess. A Ven.
Absolutely, you are. Ven, it's lovely to meet you. I, what do you know? Like, what is there any memories, or was you found completely as a youngling?
I was pretty much a baby when I was found. Uh,
So you've had no one really to give you any guidance with regards to Arkin.
no, no, not at all. Um,
Tell me, have you ever been able to do this? And I'll like flare my hand up a little bit, like as if like a hellish rebuke, but just like
mm.
a brief kind of like, kind of almost a flamed hand kind of thing.
She kind of jumps back a little bit, kind of a little bit startled, but she kind of lets out a little kind of squeak, but then she kind of like presses her hands together, holds it up like beneath her nose and up against her lips, and then she kind of like does this little clap, and she's smiling, she's beaming. She's, "What? That's fantastic! All of us can do this. I'm
We
capable
can.
of magic."
This this wouldn't be so much a magic as such as a natural ability, I guess you'd say. Yours might be different. It might not quite be fire. It might be something else.
Interesting.
Have you had any strange things happen to you, like physical mutations or anything?
I'm not sure. I know I look physically different than many of the people here in town. I suffered quite a bit of harsh times growing up, bullying and being singled out and things of that nature. But I don't know. I'm much more confident and happier in myself now. As I say, I wouldn't have spoken with any other tieflings that passed through this the town, but I just felt like I was able to come and talk to you. And
Well,
I'm sure you can show me, you can teach me uh, what it is I'd been missing out on. Perhaps you might even know where I've come from, where my real home is. I hope that's not too forward of me again. I'm just rather excited.
oh, no, absolutely. I can understand the excitement, and honestly, it's quite nice to meet you too. There is others like me. I do have my sister. She is of these lands. We're not exactly how could I put it? We're not exactly a loving family, but she is my sister nonetheless. Same as me. And I must say, and please, I hope you don't take this badly, but I am very intrigued as to your tone compared to my own. I've never met someone else with your coloration.
Oh, I I suppose you're right. Um, any other tieflings I'd ever seen before in my life, or in paintings or some such other, they've all been depicted as red.
Well, I mean, I suppose you know of. Do you know much of the heritage of our kind?
Not particularly.
Well, for the most part, the reason we are usually depicted as, unfortunately, my tone also predicts, is because it, our kind originate from the house. Uh, this is why you in particular would be, I guess we could say, a unicorn, really, regards our kinship. Um, because you're quite different, and I think that is very special.
Do you think do you think I'm special?
I mean, I think everyone's special, to be honest, really, truly. But the fact that of all the tieflings I've ever met, you're the first one like this, there's absolutely something different about you.
Well, this is better than I could have hoped for all this time. Growing up here, I just thought I was some sort of freak, some sort of weirdo. But you're telling me that I may have some sort of higher purpose?
That's very possible. Absolutely. And as far as the freak goes, we're all a little bit of a freak, but that's what makes us delectable, darling. So don't worry about that.
You can see a tear kind of already rolling down her cheek, and she's like biting her lip in almost kind of like holding back tears kind of way. And she says, "Oh, I knew there was a reason I could come and talk to you today, Daemon. Uh, um, you have no idea how much this means to me. Just when I thought I couldn't be any happier, I I'm special. I'm unique. This is. How long are you in town for?
That I cannot answer. It
Uh,
should be a day or two at
I'd
least.
love to chat to you more on this, but would you care to join Mama and I for dinner this evening? I'd happily cook for you, and perhaps uh, we could talk more about our kind. I'm sure Mama will be very interested in speaking with you also.
Oh, I would absolutely love to have a conversation with her too. And of course, I'd love to carry on this conversation. I will say, we are here on business, me and my friends. Once I know that I have available time, that I will be able to indulge in this wonderful invitation of yours, I shall let you know if that's okay. I can't say for sure that I am available right now, as I say, we're in town to do something. But once I know, I will get a message to you, of course.
Please do. And she's again just kind of clapping her hands in excitement and almost in such a way now where another temple goer a few pews back is just going shh. She's like, oh, um, she kind of looks a little bit kind of, I suppose, bemused for a moment, but again the smile returns to her face and goes. She just kind of, just lightly kind of touches your shoulder and say, I'll see you soon then, Daemon. Thank you again. And she kind of excitedly kind of, but quietly, ushers herself out of the pews and skips along towards the door. And you hear the doors clang, and it's just almost moments after that happens, you see Tyrion emerge from Synthesia's office, and the lights they flicker for a moment, but they don't go all out for you, and you can just see this vacant look in Tyrion's eyes just a second later. But before we go to that, let's jump across town all the way over to the Briarhearth Inn.
May I ask something? Sorry, just
Sure.
because it's as she was walking out.
Mm.
Might seem like a silly question to most, but because of me and the character I play, is her tail free?
Yep.
Or is it tied up? It's not hidden, it's not.
Free.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
So while that has all been happening across town, in the Briarhearth in Shadar, Mina and Aelfric, you open the doors to this inn that's now kind of in the throes of serving lunch. So there's a lot of kind of working folk kind of in there getting a bite to eat. There's a lot of maybe traveling patrons who have rented a room and are sitting down having like an ale with some cured meats and some fruits. But there, across the way, there is a kind of, I suppose, almost like a half bar, half kind of reception desk for the inn, and there is a kind of mid-30s human male behind the counter, kind of just wiping down the counter, presumably after clearing a bunch of plates and platters for the lunch feast. And he greets you with a kind of, I suppose, a curt nod. He says,
Well, my friend,
what can I do for you all? You here for food, here for a room, drinks,
rooms, apartments. Have you got any apartments here?
apartments?
Apartments.
I'm afraid we have a loft room.
Loft, how many does that sleep?
Two.
Couple.
It's just a double bedroom.
I see.
But we do have individual rooms as well, but those aren't.
And how many do you have?
We
By
have
chance?
7 rooms available. The other 3 are occupied.
Right. So, 7 singles.
Indeed, single rooms.
Good. I think we'll take. We're a party of 5, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Party of 5. I think. What do the rest of you think? Single rooms, or should we all get our sleeping
fine.
bags and sleep in the loft? Single rooms it is.
Yes, I think we can stretch to it.
Yes. Prices. What are your prices?
Very well. So you're electing for how many rooms?
5, please.
Very well. Be, I guess all in all, two gold pieces a night.
What?
That's for the lot for all
Oh,
5
right,
rooms.
okay. I'll be going there for a second. I see. Right, well, yes, 2 nights. What do you think? 2, 3?
We could go for 2 for now. Always.
Not expecting a school tour or anything coming through here.
Not quite sure what you're getting at, but no, I don't
Well,
think so.
I mean, if we paid for 2 nights and then suddenly you were booked out the 3rd night, I would be rather displeased.
I don't believe so. I don't have any upcoming. He's genuinely like flicking through this like ledger book, and he says, "No, I don't think so."
Very good. Well, we'll do 2 with the possibility of 3 then.
Very well.
Don't worry about this. The Temple of the Raven Queen has covered the costs.
I'm still gonna need to take some coin.
No, yes, I am the Temple of the Raven Queen. That's what I was getting at. As he fishes coins out of his pocket, it's how much? What is it?
4 total.
4 total. No problem. That's on me. And he'll hand. he'll hand him 6. Sorry, so that's 8, 4, 8. As I do the quick maths of that. He'll hand him 6, and when people wander off, he'll go. See where the lady with the drum is staying. Could you arrange to have some fresh flowers and a bottle of wine?
Oh, gosh.
Very well. That I can do. Absolutely.
So it's an extra 2.
It's quite the tip. Yep.
And I'm half tempted to go. Half tempted just to say it's from yours, but I won't. Just for devilment. No, but he will. Yeah.
You just leave that to me.
No card or anything. It's meant to be mysterious.
Very well then. I'm picking up what you're putting down, my good man.
Yes, that's 2 gold for you.
Very good.
Pick it up there.
He will indeed do that.
Excellent. Right.
He'll put the 4 gold into the little coin purse, but he'll put the other 2 gold into his pocket.
Well, happy whatever day this is. Is there any? Where's good for any restaurants in the town?
There's quite a number, depending
Really?
on kind of what you're looking for. Well, we're not the only tavern around here. We do
Fine dining.
we do fine dining. Oh
Yes.
well. I would probably check out the Whispering Flagon. Does some pretty exquisite food over there. Moderate to high, then you'd get us here. We do a modest feed, or the pickaxe and tankard.
So, what?
The pickaxe and tankard.
Pickaxe and tankard. That's modest to high, is it?
But if you're looking for really good food, the Whispering Flagon does some
Yes,
pretty decent stuff.
Whisper into my own flagon. Excellent. So, right, well, good to know. Thank you very much. Now, anyway, rooms paid for. I suppose we should probably settle down and have some lunch.
Well, that I can provide. If you want to grab a table anywhere. And the place is kind of like half full. And again, people seem to be just kind of keeping to themselves, enjoying a good feed. And, sure.
Lunch.
Directs you to...
Chicken wings, please.
Okay. And
some wine.
Assuming everyone else kind of puts in their food order, he'll bring over a platter of stuff.
Yes. Cockatrice claws. And
Very good.
be careful how you eat them.
Yeah, he brings over like a modest spread for the 3 of you as the other 2 are still away. And
Nice.
again, there's the place isn't jam-packed, but there's a good few occupied tables. And You do notice across the way, Shadar, this is kind of just before your food arrives. Your drinks have arrived, but not the food just yet. But across the way, there's this kind of elderly-looking gentleman who's kind of dining alone. Again, human kind of seems to be, he's definitely one of the elders of the village, and he's just kind of picking away at his food, eating slowly, and just happens to kind of catch your eye as you're kind of glancing at Mina, but you can just see this gentleman just kind of over her left shoulder, and he looks rather pale, a little pallid, and he's kind of slowly chewing on whatever it is he's been dining on, and he kind of clutches. At first, you think he's like clutching for like maybe an amulet or beads around his neck, but then you notice there's nothing there, and his fingers are digging into his chest, and there's a look of fear in his eyes. His eyes widen, and it almost looks like he's trying to like draw a breath. But he gets up in a panic. The chair knocks over. You see other people kind of stare in this direction now, and he kind of clambers, and he kind of again he's tapping at his chest, his fingers like jutting into his chest, and he's like, I can't
I mean, I would like
breathe.
to go do the Heimlich or something if possible.
And you can tell from he's able to speak. He's not choking. He's just like short of breath, and he kind of clambers his. But the people on the tables around him, a lot of the people are just kind of still seated, kind of staring up. You see, like and a lot of them haven't lost that happy smile on their face. One woman even says, "Oh, it's poor old Wilf's time to go. Isn't it beautiful, the cycle of life and death?
I mean,
He's led a great life."
Shadar's kind of lady.
forget the date with fucking Mina. I want to go on a date with this woman.
Yeah, and like this poor old guy is like clawing at her in particular. And
Shadar will go over to him and sort of. I mean, I would imagine if this guy's in the throes of death, then Shadar's a lot stronger than him. He'll sit him down on the floor.
help me, help me.
I mean, I think Shadar's seen this before, and like he knows what it is. But like, I mean, he's going to try and cast Cure Wounds. So I'll drop one. I mean, that's all he's got really.
Yeah, if you weren't gonna do it, I was gonna do it. So I
So-
imagine I'm like on the other side of that with you.
Yeah, he'll drop in. Where's my fucking character sheet open? There it is. So I will drop a Cure Wounds. Let me throw it into the chat there. Zip, skibidi bap, boop.
All the while, a lot of
oh,
people, as you cast the spell, a lot of people are just kind of, some are getting up off their seats, but again, they're kind of just kind of flocking around you now as you're kind of comforting this old man, and more people are kind of coming up with this kind of sympathetic smile, saying, "Oh, things like, oh, he's had a great life," and things like that. It's like, "Oh, it's
Shadar will be like,
it's
Mina,
just time."
get some space. Get me some space, please.
Don't be
Oh,
too
cool.
pessimistic. He's not dead yet.
Yeah, I'll
But
start kind of pushing them back, you know.
Shadar, as you cast this spell, you have tended to enough sick and dying in the past before to know that Cure Wounds is going to do nothing for a heart attack. Because this person is under cardiac arrest, and it is just naturally their time.
So he'll sit behind him with his legs around him. So your man will lean back into Shadar's chest, and he'll kind of. I don't know if there's any way I could burn like a higher level Cure Wounds for pain relief or something.
I was just going to say, although it's not going to save him, it is going to alleviate the pain, and you can see his hand, the fingers like ice picks digging into his chest. They'd loosen up, and he can breathe a little bit more, and he says, "Thank you. What's happening?"
This is your time, my friend.
No.
Yes.
No, not yet. I still have some some
Yep.
time left in me.
We
Not
all
yet,
have-
please.
We all have much to do. We all have things we wish we could have done. But think of the things you have done. Think of the good things you did. Tell me.
can't.
Tell me of what stands out the most.
I can't. I can't think. I'm too scared. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Just think of it as a transition.
My daughter. I've worked hard all my life to give her a good life. She lives in Calamay now.
Yes. Where would she be if you hadn't done that?
Probably still here. Not doing the things she loves.
What are the things she loves? Tell me about them. They must make you happy.
Sculpting. She likes to sculpt. I sent her to school out in Calamay.
All that creation. And
I worked and worked to put her into that school, and it was there she met her now husband.
all that because of you.
Yes.
All that because of you. The wonderful thing you've done with your life.
But I thought I'd live long enough to see grandchildren.
Well, you lived long enough to see children, didn't you?
I suppose I did.
Yes. Well, what if you had to name the grandchildren? What do you think she would have called them?
Probably Elmira, after my late wife. I saw how rifled with pain she was in the end. At least one solace is I might be able to see her again.
Yeah, and Shadar is kind of like, so he's sitting behind him on the ground, and he's like, your man's sort of probably leaning back to him, like against him. Shadar would be kind of rubbing his head at this stage and just very sort of gently, and he'll say, well, you certainly will. With all the good you've done in your life, I have no doubt the Raven Queen will send you towards her. What will be the first thing you'll say to her?
I'll tell her that we did okay.
Yes,
And
you did.
I'll tell her that everything we worked hard for has come to fruition. And then But that's all you get.
Yeah. Shadar will he'll kind of stay there with him.
There are many people kind of looking over your shoulder, Mina. Kind of not pushing you, trying to like shoving you aside or anything, but they're like on their tippy toes trying to like look past you. Again, a lot of them just kind of, just kind of, both hands kind of like over their heart going, oh, it's the way he would have wanted to go. Such a lovely soul. Oh, well, we'll pick the most beautiful flowers for his arrangement. It would be a beautiful service, and oh, how lovely it'll be.
What the fuck is going on here?
This town is Torm, right? Not the Raven Queen? This is...
What was his name?
Oh, old Wilf.
Not Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Bolton.
Wilf. Well, right. Well, and Shadar will pick him up. Did he live alone?
That he did.
So Shadar will pick him up and he'll carry him back to his home after getting directions.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's nothing else for the day, Shadar's going to spend time. Shadar's going to spend time. He's gonna prepare the body. And I don't know if he's gonna be awake, but because he lived alone. But I think he will. Yeah, he'll prepare the body and he will maybe
So I
clean
don't
clean the
know
house.
about Aelfric, but I imagine Mina goes with. She's not just gonna sit back down and eat lunch after that.
First date.
Like, I mean, a
That was a
funeral.
question, like, Aelfric, are you coming? Because Mina's going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alfred
Okay.
will be coming
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit perturbed by the whole affair.
Yeah. As we're leaving, I guess I'll kind of spare a glance over my shoulder. Um, and I assume kind of nothing's really changed, right? Or do they all go back to eating? Does the barkeeper, I don't know, right the chair and just clear the
Well, like
table? Like, what's going
the
on?
barkeeper seems a little bit perturbed about what's been going on. Like he wasn't all smiley and happy-go-lucky. But not everyone in the dining hall was like there are a few who were like perturbed and even some who were kind of like what the fuck are you guys talking about when some of the people were being all like ridiculously like optimistic about how someone having a heart attack in the middle of the place was a
Yeah.
thing. But
Mina's gonna make a note about all of this to number one, definitely tell Tyrion and Daemon when they come back, but
mhm,
number two, to potentially do a bit more investigating later.
okay. I'd say about like maybe half the people, maybe a
Yeah.
little more were kind of happy-go-lucky about the whole thing. Yeah. But alas, so I suppose getting poor old Wilf's arrangements in order will
Yeah.
take probably a good chunk of the afternoon.
Yep.
So Tyrion Daemon will kind of jump back to the Temple of Torm in this instance. Tyrion, you just see Daemon kind of sitting alone at the pew after you kind of snap back to yourself.
Your vision. Timing. Impeccable. And you walk over and to Damon's finished your prayers, Damon?
Yes. Where did you go?
Or to the
No. Just then. Where did you go?
well, I believe I've had a vision of sorts as Synthesia informed me may happen. Supposedly, all followers, whether they be paladins or clerics of Torm, seem to have visions pushed upon them. Some they see their own past mistakes, and others see possibly Dagar's mistakes.
Which did you see?
His, I believe.
And what were his mistakes then?
He chose the wrong throne.
I'm going to assume we're talking a metaphorical throne.
No, well, the vision itself may have been metaphorical imagery, but there was one solid gold throne and a golden gauntlet, and then a decrepit iron throne that was corrupting its environment, and it seems he chose that one.
So somewhat of a Holy Grail situation.
Yes, he chose poorly.
Well, at least you know which to choose if you're ever offered the throne. I mean, I'm sure you would anyway.
The throne isn't for us to sit on, it is for us to kneel before it. And
Ah,
I made that choice. But I feel like there's more here than meets the eye.
in this town?
Oh, most definitely. A
Yes.
false sense of reality. It's probably the best way to put it.
Yes. Yes, there is something about that as well that I will add. But before I do, have you done your, you know, little tingly thing that you get since we've been here?
No, can't say I have.
When you find yourself in these situations of things being a bit odd, which they most definitely seem like they are here, might be worth checking that.
Oh no, well, with the only doubt in my mind, the nose will know.
So as for strangeness, it seems there's another tiefling here,
Oh, well, I mean,
a white one.
hmm. I was about to say that's not incredibly strange, but that is
I mean, we are
different.
quite rare anyway, but that is very, very rare.
Now, when you say white, do you mean slightly anemic or?
I mean, she could pass for a bedsheet if laid out on a bed.
Ah, okay, yes, that is interesting.
I've been invited
She
to dinner.
introduced. Oh, you've spoken to this person. It's not just a passing glance.
So it seems that they had seen us come into town and um obviously very curious of myself because they were, I guess you could say they were dumped as a child, as a newborn, and one of the families of the town actually took them in and brought them
Hmm,
up.
how interesting. A very kind person, no doubt. Perhaps you'll have to entertain this offer of dinner.
This is the thing is, one thing I've learned from traveling with all of you is that there seems to be no such thing as coincidence.
No.
I'm either here for the purpose of guiding this young lady or maybe having to cross paths with this person. I don't know their intentions fully. They seemed nice enough, they seemed lovely, but some of the nicest people we've met have turned out to be bastards that try to change my memories.
Well, that is true. You know, it may be a bit of a trope to say this in a temple, but fate does have a way of leading people to their true destinations. White is
It's quite
extremely different.
strange, isn't it? Yes. Even even for my lack of knowledge of my kind, obviously only being given what I've been given by my parents, which I'm sure you can imagine is fuck all. Even that, this change within someone of my kind seems to be a bit peculiar.
I mean, I would wonder if a celestial were to lay with the human, but that would be an ASMR, would it not?
From as little as I know, I would expect that, yes. The only thing the only thing that crossed my mind was maybe that it was just a divine touch.
I'm very curious to meet this person.
I will, well, once I know our plans, I shall make dinner plans with them and I'll ask them if I can bring a plus one, a friend.
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, I'm sure, knowing Shadar, that by the time we get back to the inn, they'll be several bottles deep and have already eaten. So we'd have to eat it regardless.
That's possibly true, yes. Um, yes, this whole town kind of has me on edge.
Yes, it reminds me of a place I once visited, Stepford. All the women there seemed strangely happy.
I mean, I suppose that is quite a rare occurrence, isn't it?
For all of them, yes, of course.
Ooh.
I was talking about the collective, not the singular. That was based off the knowledge of the film before anyone gets upset.
Yes, that for anyone now rage typing in the Discord, that's a movie reference.
Yeah,
That's not any views or personal opinions.
not
It's
at
a
all.
movie reference. I
Well,
might get cancelled.
The original is better.
yeah. Well, we best go and see what state they're in. It's quite possible that Mina and Shadar are either arguing and fighting, or I don't know, kissing at this point. Who knows? They're both weird, and they should both just get on with it.
To be honest, I think with those two, it's going to go hand in hand. It will be insults and harmony.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I don't know the words to describe it. It'd be like a box full of cats.
Box full of cats being hung over a fire, I think would be more accurate.
And they're all called Schrodinger.
Let's go and find them. Oh, did you find out what we need to do?
Oh, well, I know where and how. All we need to do is inform when we intend to enter. But I feel there's a lot more in connection going on in the town. As far as they're aware, he is alone down there, but I feel his power may be greater than expected, shall we say. But when we believe we are ready, we have free access.
Well, obviously we're checking with everyone else, but I guess in the morning would be good after we have our respective dinner dates.
Yes, respectively.
Maybe we can find a date for Aelfric, so he's not alone.
Alfred's never alone. He has his books.
Exactly.
You, Aelfric, sitting down in Wilf's house with, like, words family, part of dimensional exploration for beginners, and it's just like a Playboy in the middle.
Just got the book sleeve of something that's like really intellectual, but it's just round a Playboy mag.
College of Glamour Monthly.
That's a good one. Glamorly fair.
Hey.
Well, then, with that, Tirion and Daemon, as you kind of make your way back across town towards the inn, where you will ultimately not find Shadar, Mina, and Aelfric. You settle yourself in for, well, I guess, just the keys have been kind of left behind for you guys and all that kind of stuff. But as that is happening, and as kind of Shadar, Mina, and Aelfric are kind of doing their thing over at poor old Wilf's house, there's someone else in Berinthas that is doing a thing or two, and this person, this finely dressed person, is walking down a hallway, dimly lit hallway, towards a red door. And before they reach the door, it opens, and this young woman with flowing red hair, a few dotted freckles, wearing commoner's clothes, she's clutching a package, a thin package wrapped in brown paper and tied together with brown string, beaming smile on her face. She meets this finely dressed person halfway down the hall and says, I'm all done. Thank you so much for accommodating all this. Oh, that's no problem, my dear. Hopefully the master was able to put a smile back in your face. I'm feeling much more better now, thank you. And he kind of strokes a lock of her hair. Says, well, back into town with you, love. And he kind of continues walking in past the open red door. He peers inside. Says, Master, sorry I didn't bring a more delectable spread from the Briarhearth Inn, but I beheld a quite interesting sight, I must tell you. There's quite a morbid-looking man that's after coming into Berinthas, and I do believe he rather needs a smile put on that face. I'll send word. That's it for this episode of The Violet Madness. Your players for this story were Matt as Aelfric El Naran, Stephen, your paladin pal, as Sir Tirion Shadowbane, Ali Mar as Mina Dumont, Ryan, aka Deranged Rhino, as Daemon Filius Venust, Dave at Emerald Collective Dave as Shadar Vicanis, and your GM for this adventure is Mark Corrigan. You can find us all on the Emerald Collective Discord server, and we'd love to hear your thoughts, theories, and favourite moments, so feel free to join our ever-growing community of adventurers. And, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to follow and subscribe on your podcast platform. Until next time, thank you for adventuring with us.